Hey guys, welcome back to part two of Conquering All the Islands. So, of course, where we left off, I decided to immediately recruit some new units, and of course, I realized I missed South Georgia and the Falkland Islands, or whatnot. These two islands towards the south, basically, and of course, I wanted to just get them. And then I realized, okay, fine. You know what? Now that it's done looking at the Atlantic, and it's time to look at the Pacific. And so what I did was I got Ecuador to go toward Peru. I thought Peru was gonna kill Ecuador, but never mind. They just lost, so I got Colombia to join in, and then I decided to annex the Galapagos Islands, and luckily Ecuador let me, so it was all good. We just basically got free islands. Next thing, I started basically going on a spree of just going to each Pacific island and just going. I will definitely I just want to imagine the negotiations, right? Like the Cuban diplomat just shows up in one of these countries embassy, like in their embassies, and something like that, and they're like, I will invade you with 12,000 men if you do not give me all of your provinces. And then these islands are like 1,000 kilometers away. Like, what? How is Cuba even gonna get here? But listen, we don't need to ask those questions. So I mean, clearly the islands didn't either. So I just started annexing them all, and it was just island after island. Honestly, this isn't very much I'll be real. This isn't very much action. I don't know. You guys usually watch videos of AOC2 wanting to see some wars and stuff. I don't blame y'all, but at the same time, this part of the series where I just go around annexing it, it's I don't know, it's boring, but at the same time, as Cuba, there is no other way to build up your power, right? This is how I build up my power. Because as you notice, for even though these islands are tiny and insignificant, all together they actually add up a decent amount of both population and economy. So then, because of that, it actually helps out if in the long run, which because it allows me to not only stockpile money but eventually raise bigger armies. But of course, as you'll see in the rest of the series, I really do not recruit from these small islands whatsoever. I don't their populations are way too small. Plus, it's way too big of a hassle to just collect them all up into one place, which is how I normally organize my armies. So to avoid, I never really recruit. However, these guys are a great source of income altogether. That is. So yeah, as I continue on the Pacific, thing is, China and Japan, they're not really discovered yet. I annex Macau and I try to annex Hong Kong as well just to get lucky, but nah. And you might be wondering why I annexed Macau, and well, the only reason was just because I wanted to, I don't know, create a puppet state, right? I tried raising more armies to for Hong Kong, but unfortunately, I could only vassalize them, which okay, it would end pretty soon. But even then, I just decided to release the Qing because I just wanted a puppet regime there, for no reason. I just wanted the money. The same reason I puppeted Western Sahara for no reason, right? So then afterwards, I annexed the Solomon Islands. That was a pretty good pickup as well. And so now I was largely done with most of the Pacific, right? And afterwards, I looked around. I noticed the USA was invading Canada, and I was like, I need to get in on this because I realized that Canada had a bunch of islands, right? So I gathered up my forces and sent them all the way up there. And these guys would go island hopping in Canada's many islands, or to the north at least. I could have, okay, in hindsight, I could have just recruited from that island nearby and just invaded, but whatever, that doesn't matter, right? And another reason I invaded Canada was because I realized that Greenland. Oh yeah, you guys remember how I got Greenland to go to war with Canada? Well, Greenland died. So I had to now attack Greenland and take them over, which was pretty easy. There was very little defenses. Makes sense. You really don't want to be defending Greenland when the U.S. is right there invading your country. So I decided to essentially send most of my troops to protect Greenland, whereas the other bunch went to attack Vancouver and like the islands towards the other side. Meanwhile, I decided to just since I didn't have enough like points to take these like territories or all of them, I knew I wouldn't be enough. So I started attacking the northern like territories, which are technically a part of Canada. I mean, they look like islands on the map, but technically they're connected to Canada by land in this game. So it's not. Does it? I don't know if it counts. To me, I don't know. Since the provinces weren't separate by water, I did not really consider these parts an island, right? Hong Kong declares independence. I really couldn't care less. And later, I started attacking Canada. These guys are weak, but what I need to do is get enough provinces to then secure a proper victory. Get all my islands, or else I'm just gonna be left. I don't know, either having to just make peace for nothing, right? And like this may be my only shot at actually taking over Canada or taking over the islands. And so I basically just take over everything here. And then I realized, oh wait, I basically have Quebec right now. And so I'm like, okay, I can now annex everything, right? They let me take Greenland, they let me take these islands, Newfoundland, and everything, right? Then I realized, oh, I have a few more. So I decided to just, take some northern provinces because I wanted to, release a puppet state there. And then he down south, I took two provinces and then decided to just build up a port, a watchtower, a fortress, and then leave and then release Quebec out of because I mean why not? Mainly because I just wanted a puppet state. Let's be real. And then after that, I went up north. I'd go up north and release the Inuit. So I'm giving these people back their land. You know what I'm saying? I think this is where they live. So I'm just gonna put them there. And yeah, they can just I don't know like chill on their skis or something. And yeah, so that war ended, and now I was done, and I realized there was some troops left over, so I gathered everybody in Newfoundland, and I started assimilating the provinces that I had taken over. And meanwhile, I decided to look elsewhere in the world and decided, okay, Iceland is going to be a pretty good attack. They did not yield to my annexation demand, but I mean, I was just like, hey, who cares? I'll attack them. The Faroe Islands, though, they were smart. They decided, it's better to just die. And so did Ireland. I don't know if that's even how it's pronounced, but yes. And annexing Ireland reminded me that there are a bunch of islands in the Baltic that I needed, so I would need to take those as well. And once my troops arrived on the coast shores of Ireland, sorry, not Ireland, Iceland. Did I say Ireland before? Yeah, okay. That's actually kind of awkward. But yes, I took over Iceland very easily and then annexed the whole thing, which the game let me do. And so and then assimilated them, obviously. And so after that, I decided to puppet the island of, or not puppet, take over Isle of Man and Guernsey, right? Both of them were able to be annexed by me. It was pretty easy. Cyprus was here, and I knew they wouldn't really just fall for an annexation. So I decided that, okay, I'll move my troops down and take over Malta, because I didn't think they would yield either. So I just invaded Malta and took it over pretty easily. Meanwhile, I disbanded my army because I realized, okay, I can just take the next few moments to chill. I mean, that army really was not conquering anything in Europe, I'm telling you, right? So I disbanded them and created a new army all the way back in Cuba, right? And this army I sent to invade Cyprus, or northern Cyprus, whatever you want to call it. I mean, northern Cyprus became all of Cyprus, basically. And then I used this army to continue my attack, and I realized, okay, Greece is the next logical option. So what did I do? Turkey was kind of preoccupied with Iran, so I got Latvia to declare war on Bulgaria because I wanted Latvia to get stronger and then Latvia to start attacking Greece, but Bulgaria got too strong. So I got Russia to attack Latvia so that Latvia would die and Bulgaria would be able to annex the territories, and that way Bulgaria would be strong enough to attack Greece along with Croatia and North Macedonia. And so now, because of this, Greece was thoroughly weakened, or at least would be, and they would be thoroughly distracted as well up in the north, right? They were actually doing pretty fine, but they wouldn't be able to fight my uh, back-sided invasion, backdoor invasion. I don't know what you want to call it, but I took everything I needed, all the island provinces, and then just left, just like that. And then I realized, oh damn, Spain is out here with literally just the Balearic Islands. So I'm like, hurry, I gotta just annex all of this. And boom, just like that, Spain let me have their islands. I didn't even have to go to like in a costly war with Spain either. And so, with that territorial acquisition, that completes the second episode of this Island Empire series. I will see you guys next time.